Good morning, dear students. In the last lecture, we saw the definition of a group and we also saw a few basic examples of groups. Basic as in where we use the usual operations of addition and multiplication. Today we will move on to a slightly more complicated example where our operation is going to be a combination of addition or multiplication or some such operation. So let's start with the first example. So I start with the set Q star. Q star is the set of non-zero rational numbers. So here we have all rational numbers except 0, and on this set we define an operation star as A star B equal to A into B upon 2. That means product of the two elements divided by 2. So for example, just to explain to you what this formula is, let's look at 5 star 6. 5 star 6, if I were to use this formula, that is, this is 5 into 6 upon 2, which works out to be 5 into 3, that is 15. So our aim is to prove that for this operation, Q star becomes a group, and then further we would like to explore whether this group is abelian. Now when we say, when we wish to prove that something is a group, by the definition there are three axioms that we need to verify: the associative property, existence of identity, and existence of inverse for every element in the group. But though the definition actually shows three properties, there is one other important property that one must always check, and that is we must ensure that the given operation is actually a binary operation on the set. So in order to verify that it is a group, unless it otherwise mentioned, if it is mentioned that it is a binary operation, well and good. But if it is not mentioned, or if it is not a standard operation that you know, then it's always a good idea to first start by proving that the given operation is indeed a binary operation. So in all, to show that it's a group, we will be verifying four properties. Let's start with the closure property, or proving that star is a binary operation. SOLN is short form for solution. So let's prove it's a binary operation. We'll begin by taking any two elements of Q star. So we begin with two arbitrary elements of Q star, and our aim will be to prove that A star B is again in the same set. So let's again look at this. What do I mean by saying A and B are elements of Q star? It means two things. It means that A and B are rational numbers, but A is not equal to 0 and B also is not equal to 0. Now if you look at A star B, it is A into B upon 2. A and B are both rationals, and product of two rational numbers is a rational number. One rational number divided by a non-zero rational number is again a rational number. So it is clear that A star B is a rational number. But this is not enough to say that star is a binary operation. Remember, it has to belong to the set Q star. So in addition to this, I will also have to prove that this element is not 0. So let's use this fact. Since A is not equal to 0, B is not equal to 0, these are our usual rational numbers. There is no way that A into B can be 0. And likewise, if I divide this by 2, there is no way it can be equal to 0. So AB upon 2 also cannot be equal to 0, and that means A star B cannot be equal to 0. So I managed to prove two things for A star B. A star B is a rational number and A star B is not equal to 0. So A star B is a non-zero rational number. And therefore, if I take any two elements of this set and combine them with the operation star, this element is again in the same set. And therefore we say that star is a binary operation on Q star, or closure property is satisfied. So we are done with the first property. Let us now move on to the associative property. Please keep in mind that for the associative property, we will require 3 elements. So accordingly, we begin with 3 elements in the given set, and we will separately compute A star bracket B star C, and let's put the brackets for A and B first and then star with C. So let's compute these 2 expressions separately and see what exactly we get. Now in the first case, we have to first simplify B star C. Look at the operation once again. First element star second. First element star second is first multiplied by the second upon 2. Product of the 2 elements divided by 2. So by that formula, B star C will be BC upon 2. Now let's calculate A star, this element. So this is my second element, this is my first element. So it will be product of the 2 elements. First element multiplied by the second element divided by 2. And after a little bit of simplification, this ultimately works out to be ABC upon 4. I have not seen it necessary to continue with the brackets because this is a product of real numbers or rational numbers, and we know that that is associative. So at the end, I have taken away the brackets. Likewise, if I simplify this, I need to first simplify A star B, which is AB upon 2. Let's take star with C. Now my first element is this element inside the bracket. Second element is C. So when I simplify, I'll get first element multiplied by the second divided by 2. And after a little bit of simplification, this expression is also going to turn out to be ABC upon 4. So notice that whether I keep the brackets for the last 2 elements first or the first 2 elements first, ultimately this is equal to this, and this is true no matter which triple of elements I choose from the given set. So the associative property is satisfied. So we are done with the first 2 properties. Let us now find out if there is an identity in the given set with respect to the given operation. Now, if it's not a standard operation, one way is, if you are smart enough, you can take a guess what could be the identity. But even otherwise, there is a way of doing this mechanically. So what we can do is, let us assume that some element, let if possible, E be an identity element. Let if possible, E be an identity element in the given set with respect to the given operation. I am saying if possible because right now I do not know if such an element exists. But if this were to be the identity, what were my expectations? What could be my expectations from this element? Naturally, if I combine this with any other element of the given set, I would expect it to give me back the same element. So A star E should always give me back the element A. That is if E is going to be my identity. Let's simplify this equation. So this means A into E upon 2 is equal to A. Now before you cancel A from both sides, please make sure it's not equal to 0. And what tells us that A is not equal to 0? Remember where A is coming from. A is from Q star. That means it's a non-zero rational number. So since A is not equal to 0, I can cut the A safely from both sides and I'll get E upon 2 equal to 1, or I'll get E equal to 2. But again, before you say that this is indeed the identity, check whether it belongs to the set. This is a rational number and it is a non-zero rational number. So this becomes my identity. Now for the last property, I need to prove that for every element there is an inverse with respect to star in the given set. So let's begin with any element A in Q star. That means A is a rational number. A is not equal to 0. Once again, rather than tax my brains about what could be inverse for A, let me use the same trick. Let if possible B be an inverse of A. Again, I am using if possible B is an inverse of A. But if it were to be an inverse, what would be our expectation from B? I would expect A star B to be equal to identity. And now it's just a matter of solving this equation. So A into B upon 2. Remember in the previous step, we proved that identity is 2, which means that A into B is 4 or B is equal to 4 upon, wait a minute, before you put A in the denominator, make sure A is not equal to 0. But again, I know A is from this set, so there is no way A can be equal to 0. So it's safe to write A in the denominator, and therefore for an element A, this would be inverse. We are just one step away now. This would be inverse provided this also is an element of Q star. You have to make sure that the inverse also comes from the same set. 4 is a rational number, A is a rational number. So 4 divided by A is also going to be a rational number, and therefore, and it is not 0. So for an element A in Q star, 4 upon 8 is going to be its inverse. So since all 4 properties are satisfied, this now becomes a group. And let's quickly come to the last property that we need to check. We need to show that this is an abelian group. Abelian group means the operation has to be commutative. And for a commutative property, we start with 2 arbitrary elements of the set, and we prove that A star B is the same as B star A. So let's start with A star B. Use the formula. It is AB upon 2. But product of 2 real numbers or product of 2 rational numbers is commutative. So I could as well write this as B into A upon 2. But then translated in terms of the operation star, this now becomes B star A. And that tells me that A star B is equal to B star A for all elements in this set. And therefore commutative property is satisfied. And hence this is a group. This is an abelian group in fact with respect to the given operation. In the textbook, instead of Q star, Q plus is given. Q plus is the set of positive rational numbers. So you could try out this problem as an exercise. It's similar to the earlier problem, only now Q plus will contain all positive rationals. So try it out. Another thing, another variation in this problem that you could try out is, instead of AB upon 2, you can have AB upon 3, or for that matter any other non-zero number in the denominator. So accordingly your identity will change, your inverse will change, and so on. In the next lecture, we will look at some more examples of groups, wherein again we have slightly more complicated operations. That's all for today. Thank you.